why do you like this video game? I need a way to do this quickly. They kept the speed the same, but the controls are... you don't want to know. That's about how good it is. Okay, well keep in mind, I'm also playing this on an emulator, and it is just horrendous. I'll explain in a moment, sorry. Why is it so floaty? Does that work? No? Does it miss? It shouldn't. Okay, so essentially, I'll show you something. So this is my... It should be better in an emulator, I wish. You can't see it. I wish I could show you. So essentially, I have this here, there's a little wheel. Okay, hold on, let me turn on my cursor. Okay, can we see my mouse? We can, okay. So here, there's a little wheel, and yeah, this thing, and I can move with it. So I set it to W, A, S, and D. The only problem is, when I enter a room, and I'll hit right, it literally will go wherever it feels like going. Sometimes I'll go left, or up, or sometimes it'll go back down. So you have to bind a key that hits the center of this wheel, which for me is E, which is down here. So this is E. The wheel's also here. There's two wheels. So this hits E, it sets it to neutral, so that it understands that I want you to be in neutral state. And then, so every time I enter a room, I have to hit E and then tap a direction. I tried playing on a controller. You literally cannot buffer any inputs. So if I hit jump, this button here, I know. So this button is jump, right? So I bound spacebar to jump. By the way you do this is by clicking a space and then binding that space to a button. So I didn't bind this button to jump. I bound that space that I'm tapping to jump. So whenever I hit jump, it taps the space for me. That's just... Okay, sure. But you should have seen, you just missed like a 20-minute, it wasn't even 20 minutes, like a half an hour, what I'm doing, half an hour Clockwork Mansion. The platforming was so bad. Like, I can't even explain to you how terrible it is. So the other way to move is that you could just hold your mouse button, which is what I'm doing now, and then you can just move around. Okay, so I speedrun this, wait, A, because it's really funny, and B, you can skip cutscenes. So if you can skip the opening cutscene for sure, and if you can also skip the ending cutscene, you just saved an hour. That's an hour off of your run. So if I can go at the same speed or a similar speed, and I can just chop an hour, that seems pretty good. Also, the reason I don't run it on PS1, like I own it, but the reason I stopped running it is because the opening cutscene is way too long, and there are too many cutscenes and I don't want to watch them. So here I don't have to watch them. But once I figure out how the hell this thing works, it's a different game on speedrun.com. So we have our regular Valkyrie profile, and then we have our mobile section. They're completely separate. Anyways, what was I saying? So when you jump, if you try to jump and hit up really quickly, it'll show it that you're doing it. But like, you see how right now, even though I'm hitting up, it's not shooting up. You have to like jump, then like hold, and then sometimes it doesn't register, and sometimes you get a super jump. And I'm trying to climb these ladders, and it's just awful. Like I can't jump and grab the ladder. So I've been using my mouse, so it's literally like jump to the left and then like, but you can't jump to the left and then hold up. That won't work. You have to jump to the left, let go back to neutral, and then tap up right as you hit the ladder. It's really hard, which is sort of fascinating because it makes the speedrun very difficult. But not because the game itself is hard, it's just the controls are so bad. There isn't. I didn't want this, but okay. I asked Square Enix for Christmas. The only thing I wanted, I told them remake the game and let me skip the opening cutscene. That's all I asked for. And they did that. And then they also put it on mobile. So, I mean,